About 400,000 people in the United States live with MS. Here in the Pacific Northwest, better than 1 in 500 people live with MS.
Never had any symptoms or anything. Just woke up one morning, my leg was bothering me. I decided to take a bath. I couldn't get out of the bathtub. I was numb from my chest down.
I couldn't walk to the bathroom. I couldn't move at all, and it was scary.
Then I had another significant attack. I was fully diagnosed with multiple sclerosis.
Multiple sclerosis, if you think about your brain and every other part of your body being a telephone, your central nervous system being the wires that leave your brain, the copper wires, the insulation gets torn off by the immune system. Those signals, those telephone calls don't get through the same way. They're either staticky, or you hear every other word, or the call doesn't go through at all. Every part of your body that's controlled by your brain, and that's every part of your body, can be affected by MS. And from numbness and fatigue and tingling and burning and pain. When I was diagnosed at 35, it changed everything. It was a massive crash. MS is a disease that can make you feel like nobody gets it. About 4 years after I was diagnosed, I got in touch with the National MS Society, and that's when the real change happened. The National MS Society gave me a place where I could feel like I could contribute again, which is, it's the greatest gift that I could have been given at that point.
The Greater Northwest chapter includes all of Alaska, Montana, and most of the state of Washington. We raise funds, so it's really important to recognize that without the ability to go out and raise money, all is for naught.
With Trevis and the National MS Society, that I think we do well is connecting the right people to the right resource. And we do that in so many different ways. I mean, in advocacy, we connect the MS community with elected officials. And in Olympia and, in DC, we try and do this. That Trevis just helps to make those connections.
For the past 7 years, I've done the appeal for funds. I'm the guy that makes you write a bigger number on your checkbook than you intended to.
There is no question that Trevis is one of the best asks in the business. He can stand in front of people. He can make part of it humorous. He can tell the story so that it has emotion and power.
It's a little terrifying to get up for a half an hour and tell my story to that many people. It's better than 1,000 people come to those events.
The second thing that we do is that a good chunk of that money goes to support individuals who have MS by providing special programs for them, by providing the staff necessary to help them.
The National MS Society uses so much of the funds that are raised to go directly to services and programs. It's better than 85%.
And the third thing that we do is a chunk of the funds that we raise go to research.
The National MS Society funds more research than any other entity in the world. A child that is born and raised in our community is more than twice as likely to develop MS in his or her life than any other child in America. And that's one of the reasons that I'm so involved. It's really important that the next generation hears about MS only if they look in history books. That's what she was going for, actually. I don't doubt it.
Trevis is absolutely a character. You could put him in a movie, in a book, and you would go, I want to know that guy.
I mean, his use of accents is kind of funny.
She broke her leg and we had to shoot her.
They're not very well done. And he uses them in many places.
I've been doing the MS walk for 10 years. I've been to Trevis's tents, and they're a hoot.
The MS Walk is the largest fundraiser that the National MS Society Greater Northwest chapter does. They're here at Husky Stadium. We probably had about 4,000 people here.
Can I get a small Irish coffee without the coffee?
When you raise at least $5,000, you get a team tent here on Team Row. And every year we try to have some fun. We do a different shirt color, get the same logo, Inspire, Envision, Involve. This year it was help Team Gleason wipe out MS, and so there's things that you can wipe with. Well, we try to make sure everybody has fun. There's always good food, there's always special coffee. This is it, the Barney Barnes Memorial Coffee Bar.
All right, open up and say ah.
The Bike MS, which is always a lot of fun, has a couple of thousand people ride 150 miles and raise funds for us that way, and we get nearly $1 million for research and local programs there as well.
The bike, he was on fire. He just did such a great job that I think half the place was laughing half the time, and in the other half of the time they were crying. So he just has a natural ability to do that. And he represents both sides of what's going on.
Trevis is fantastic. He really is talented in what he does, in writing, in his blog.
When the editor asked me if I would be willing to write a blog about life with MS, I said, sure. What's a blog? I really see myself sort of as a chef of that blog. I put out some comments, I put out a concept, and I stir the conversational pot, and it's so gratifying to sit back and see people from about 50 different nations answer my questions that I might put out there, and then more importantly start to converse in the comment section and help each other out.
With meditation, and some things are pretty amazing.
I met Trevis about 5 years ago when we started the group, MS Poker Night.
We get together for the meetings once a month. So we meet here on the second Tuesday to have our MS meeting, have a guest speaker, talk about MS. It's educational, I learn things, I hear about things.
I'm excited to talk with them, and I personally live with MS and have lived with MS for 20 years, and when I was diagnosed with MS, I was on the US cycling team. What I'm doing is I'm helping people live well and really understand the strategies and techniques and understanding what it takes to do that. Trevis and I, we have the same intention, and we often speak at the same programs, work at the same events.
Just started bawling.
I think everyone has a calling in life, and his calling is really to show people how to live beyond it, but don't deny the challenges with it.
The people that live with MS that I'm around every day, they're my heroes. I'm just lucky to be in their company.
Sweetheart, are you always
Would you guys quit clowning around?
And